Hi. So I was sitting across from my Christmas tree and I tried to do this video and it was all shining in my glasses and I thought, you guys get to see my Christmas tree now. So it has no ornaments on it though. It's gonna have ornaments. But anyway, so this is a video just to show you a couple things you could do if you have a child who's struggling with the sh sound. So first things first, what does a sh entail? It means we have to have lips round, we have to have airflow coming out, we have to have tongue in the right place. So I don't have my cues at home right now, but I'm just going to tell you some things you can do and describe just a little bit about what I use. So I would first of all start with a ooh sound because that's the vowel. I would start with, instead of starting with sh, I would start with ooh and get that lip rounding first. So I would use a mirror and use a dry erase marker and make a circle on the dry with the dry erase marker on the mirror, and with the child looking in the mirror, are they making a ooh like that with their lips round? So matching it to the mirror, see if they can get it to the point where ooh is the same place as your circle on the mirror. Okay, once you got that, I would take a picture of the child so they know what it looks like when they do it right. So we have ooh, and then I'd say now we need to make it tighter. So ooh, and it goes to shh, and you can see how my lips get tighter. So I'm going to do it without making a sound. Okay, so that went from ooh to shh, ooh, shh. Okay, or you could do oh, but I think I would encourage you to stick with ooh. Okay, so we're going to do ooh round, and then we're going to tighten it up a little bit more for shh. So I would show on the mirror a little bit tighter circles, so that's a real good visual for the child that we're going to make it tighter, okay? My colleague that asked me to do this video, she said her student is not having trouble with the rounding, instead, and actually has airflow also. So she's not going to need to know this, but I would also do this kind of cue to indicate I want air to come out. Shh, shh, to indicate there's continuance. If the child's stopping the sound for whatever reason, we probably could work on some other sound other than the SH. But for a stop, I would say, oh, you stopped the sound. You need to make it keep coming out. Shh. So we've got lip rounding. Now we've got it tighter. I would first, though, I should back up just a little bit. I would start with ooh, like I said, and then I would stop, freeze, make sure we've got that, get that tighter lip, and then take a picture of that. So we got ooh, and then we have shh. So it's a small difference, but see if they can get it tighter and take a picture so they have that and can contrast between the two. And you can even flip back and forth on your phone if you do it that way, or your iPad, and let them see. And are they matching it? And can they do it again? Okay, so that's what I would do there. Now, the big question is, how do you get their tongue to be in the right place? And I would say, think about an orchestra director. Think how an orchestra director can quiet down or raise up the orchestra. Okay, so now you can do that with a child's tongue, and I would model it with my own. So I would do it like, I'm having to do it with my lips too because I can't quite control this, but I would do it like, if I could do it without a sound, show it to the child that way, make it a little easier to understand. Sometimes I will do this before a session and indicate it, myself doing it on a video like I'm doing for you now, and then I can pause it and talk about what I'm doing, because it's hard to talk about what you're doing when you're doing it, right? Because you're making your mouth sound and you want to be able to say, stop, look what I'm doing there, but now you've removed what you want to show. So I would model it for the child and indicate what you are doing, and then maybe model it the way sometimes you hear them doing it and say, oh, is that right? And be able to stop the video and do it that way. Okay, so now we've got the tongue going. You can cue it higher, ooh, 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 higher, 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 and lower. Okay. As an aside, you could also do it this way: higher, 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 and lower. I often cue my kids who are working on T's like that, and K's like this. So just a little aside there. So since if those are some of my kids that I'm working on with any sound where their tongue isn't in the right place and they've learned the k from me and the t from me, like a teeter-totter we say, your tongue's a teeter-totter in your mouth, then you could indicate that you want the tongue to go a little lower or a little higher. Or if your child hasn't done that before and that's completely foreign to you, then you could do sort of the up and down like you're directing an orchestra. You can also do that with the tongue going forward and back. So you want them to move your tongue back, okay, or bring it forward, bring it forward, bring it forward. It's hard to see because I'm doing it for you, but you can do this and this to raise and lower tongues, or you can do this, raise and lower, or, oh, your tongue's too far forward, you need to bring it back. So those would be some strategies I would suggest to just get the right placement, to get the right position. And then I would say you want to start with ooh, and then do a little break, and then do your shh. See if you can get it. Cue it up and down. Hold it as long as you can with the airflow so that you get higher, 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 and to get the right place. And you got it, like that. So have them hold it. Yeah, hold it, hold it, hold it. You got it, you got it, you got it, like that. Okay, give them a lot of feedback once they get in the right place. Can you hear that? Now, freeze it. Let's see if we can do it again. Do it a couple times. Catch it on video. Send that video home to parents right away so that they get that, practice, and they can hear and see what you were doing, what the cue was, and they can reinforce at home. Parents love to see videos. It's so much easier to explain. That's why I'm doing a video for you, because it's so much easier to explain on video. The other thing I would suggest is try minimal pairs. Minimal pairs are going to be easier with words like show and so, or shoe and sue. So that's with the consonant coming before the vowel instead of the other way around. If you are working on the ooh, shh, and that's your best context and that's all you can get, a nice word you could try would be koosh. And that would be a great fun thing to do, tossing the koosh ball or rolling it closer and closer and closer until you get it, and then you can play catch a couple times and then start over, move it 10 times closer to the child, and then you get to play catch after you've got 10 productions or something like that. Okay, I hope that was helpful to you. I'm sorry I sometimes look down like this and then I look up because I can't figure out where exactly I should look. I want to see if I'm giving you a good example, and that's when I look down like this and then I can't really look at you. So anyway, maybe next time I will do a video in front of my tree and it'll be really dripping with decorations, because right now it's just lights. But I hope that was helpful to you to see the suggestions that I had. And that was just me without any visuals. So I do sometimes work without visuals, but I got these hands and the hands work too. So I always use my hands.